ani minoa, nangwa, quikinomo nem waje kiriek gego pi wanawayan kweshkoek. So we're going to roll into what you would say when you first meet a person, and then when you're leaving and you say, see you later, stuff like that. Okay? Now, tam bojo. Bojo. Bojo, let me talk about that for a minute because a lot of people say, well, that's French. But it's not French. It's a short form that we use. Some people say nanabojo, the ones that are real, the traditional people, they go nanabojo, and they will say the full word. But that is the acknowledgement of the existence of our spirit, of the spirit of nanabojo. So that's why we use this word, bojo, and it's the short form, bojo. It's a greeting, bojo, and it's a formal greeting. Okay, so we would say habojo when we first meet someone for the first time or an elder because it shows more respect when we use this word, bojo. This one, anin, means hello. Anin, sometimes elders, though, feel that it's not complete. Anin, it's a short form again for hello, but it's really like how. Anin. An elder might say, anin what? To you. So you might complete it, say, anin ejiaid. So you would have to complete the sentence. Okay, so but for greetings, okay, bojo is the main greeting. Anin is the informal greeting. That would be like hello. This one would be like hi. And then you could say mnokijep for good morning. Mnokijep. Mnokijep. Habojo. Mnokijep. That's when you first greet them in the morning. Unfortunately, we don't have things like good afternoon and good evening. We just merely say bonjour or anin. Okay. Some people, they really want to go into the very formal, like good afternoon, good evening. You could, but it doesn't sound natural. So bonjour or anin is good. Now, the next question that you might say, okay, I'm meeting this person here, and I would say, Ani shejiaid. Ani shejiaid is how are you feeling? Ani shejiaid. Another way that you might say that would be Ani shejibamadisiyat. That's a very, very formal way. How is your life? Anish ejibimadisiyat. You don't hear that too often, but you will hear it, especially maybe with the elders. Anish ejibimadisiyat. And maybe you haven't seen that person for a long time, and you would use that. Anish ejibimadisiyat. Or maybe if somebody's in the hospital, or they have been kind of sick, and you go and see them and you say, Habusho, Anish ejibimadisiyat. How are you feeling? Or how is your life? Okay. A very informal way would be Anishna. So you're meeting somebody, you say, Anishna. So how is it going? Okay, it's very, very informal. And you'll hear that a lot out in the hockey rink, at the bingo, or wherever you at. Okay, very, very informal. Anishna. So it's just very, very short and very informal. So the responses, okay, these ones here are our responses. The responses would be, responses. You could say, oh, nishin. Oh, nishin. And that you're saying, oh, good, you know. So, Anishna, that's the question. Anishna, oh, nishin. Okay. The next one could be like if you're really, really fantastically good. Oh, gwatan kamek. I just feel great today. Okay, so that's just a short word, gwatan kamek, that you're just feeling awesome today. Okay, you can say that. You can say miguanwe, and that one is a so-so. You can even go like this. Oh, miguanwe. Some elders will say gawa. And gawa is barely. And some elders do say that, barely, because maybe they are just barely getting on from day to day. So they will say that. Let me just write that over here. Gawa. That means barely. Gawa. So that's maybe an elder, maybe they're in a wheelchair, or maybe they have a cane or something, and they're just, and it's, to them, it's telling the truth. Oh, gawa, you know, you say, ani, anishna, and they'll say, oh, gawa. So if you're feeling barely there, you can use that response too. There's nothing wrong with that. You're telling the truth. Oh, kawa. And you can even know that. This one here, miguanwe, so-so, eh? Miguanwe, so-so. But it's not kind of as bad as this one. Gawa is just, you know, it's barely. Okay, so there's the responses. They're just short responses that you could learn to use. If somebody says, ani, anishna, oh, nishid, you could go like that. They'll know, oh, nishid. Or gwetan kamik, ooh, what? And miguanwe. Or you can use gawa, gawa. Okay, so there's there's lots of answers you can use. You could go into great detail, but we won't overwhelm you with a lot. Later on we will. Okay, so now when you're finished visiting and maybe go in English or whatever, and then you want to leave. So you're going to do your farewells, your bama, okay? So you can say, bama minwa kawapmin. I'll see you later again, okay? Bama minwa kawapmin. Bama minwa kawapmin. Or you can just simply say, bama. If you use bama p, it's not finished. Bama p, mama p what? Okay, it's the same as up here. I said anin what? It's not complete. So you might get challenged by a fluent speaker and they might say anin what? Or bama p what? Okay, so here you can say bama, you can put the p in here. Bama pi minwa kawapme. I'll see you later again. Or you can say, Nishin giwapmena. It was good to have seen you. Nishin giwapmena. So it's just a short little lesson on greetings and what you do, how you interact, asking a person how they are, and then you're going to go see you later. Okay, so we're going to go through them just one more time. Ha bonjour. Bonjour. No kejep. Some say kchikejep is like top of the morning. Kchigja. Some of our fluent speakers say that, Kchigja, because they get up early. Some people do. So, and then you could say anin, anin. And then you can go into this one here, anishajiayan, anishajiayan, or you can put a na in here, anishnajiayan. How are you doing? Okay. Anishna is a short form. Okay, it's a short form. Some of our elders say shouldn't short form our language. So sometimes we have to be careful. Okay. Anishna, or you can say Anishna Ejiayan. And then the response would be, oh, Nishin. Nishin. It could be Kwetan Kamek. So it's more than Nishin. It's more than good. It's woof. Nishin. It could be, oh, Kwetan Kamek. Okay? And put a little bit of feeling in there. You wouldn't say Kwetan Kamek. You wouldn't talk like that. Like, it's awesome. You know, you don't do that. So you got to put life into the language. Kwetan Kamek. And then if it's so, you go, Miguanwe, Miguanwe. And you can even go like that. Miguanwe. And then if you're barely getting along, Gawa. If you got a sore hip or something, or a sore knee, oh, Gawa. Somebody come and ask me if I had a sore hip, and somebody asked me how I was, I would say, oh, Gawa. Okay, so that's that one there. Now we're leaving. We could say Bama, Bama. You can have it longer. Bama pi minwa gawapmin. Bama pi minwa gawapmin. And then you can say, or you can say, Nishin giwapmina. Nishin giwapmina. So there we go with that. Miigwech.